Okay, I'm live now. Hello, gamers. This is Half-Life. We're just gonna get started right away. So we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So Half-Life. We skipped the first chapter of the run because it's a really long cutscene. So technically, we are cheating, but that's okay. We've been doing that for like well over 10 years. So anyway, for the main movement of this game, we're going to be bunny hopping throughout the game. Bunny hopping, we airstrafe in the air in order to build up speed, and then we jump as soon as we land in order to maintain the speed that we build in the air. So, very start of the game here, we're just going to be bunny hopping through all these hallways, and now we're going to be lowering FPS in order to make Barney turn faster here, so it'll open the door for us. So I'm Alex, hello everybody. So, first chapter here, Anomalous Materials, is a bit of a slow chapter. It's really the only slow part of the run. So, there's going to be a lot of waiting once we get to the map after the next map. So, right here, we're going to be going in and out of this map twice in order to make these dudes move as soon as you touch them. Normally, when you start pushing this guy, he will just kind of not move whenever you push him for dumb reasons. So if you go in and out of the map twice, then it will cause him to move right away. So now we are getting into this map. This is the longest map in the game because it is a big, long cutscene that you can't skip, and it's really fantastic. So after we get done with this map, the run's really going to take off, and we're going to start going real zoomy fast. So, something we're doing here with the NPCs is we're pushing them closer to the little receptor thingies in order for them to open this door as quickly as they possibly can. So, we're just going to be waiting for a little while. So yeah, the FPS is lowering because this game is frame-based and how the physics works. Most games nowadays, I believe, are tick-based in how their physics work, like, especially Source games. If you look at Half-Life 2 or Portal, those games are based on tick rates, so if you have a lower FPS, the physics will not change. However, Half-Life is a frame-based game, so when you lower the FPS, the physics of the game changes quite a bit. So there's a bunch of different FPS values we use throughout the run in order to do things quicker. So 20 FPS is used for taking less fall damage, doing a trick called an edge bug, and making NPCs turn faster. There's a few other FPS values we'll get into later. So we're just going to hit this button, and now we have to wait for about a minute until the cart comes up. And once the cart comes up, we're going to be doing a nice big ol' fun skip in which we fly into the sky. It's going to be fantastic. So, now we just gotta hop around, enjoy ourselves. And if you can't tell already, this game is extremely movement-based. Pretty much all of being good at this game is being good at the movement. If you look at the top-level runners, like Maxim and Proto-AUS, they're all ridiculously good at moving around. So, that's pretty much where most of the skill in this game comes in. There's some tricks and stuff you have to be good at executing, but most of everything is based on how good you are at moving. Sorry for the throat clearing. So, just kind of jumping around. Alright, so now the cart's gonna come up. So we're gonna be doing a trick called an object boost, where when Gordon pushes objects in this game, he goes really, really fast with the object. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pushing this object into a specific position and then lining up ourselves on the ground at a specific position and angle. And then we're going to be pause buffering. Apparently my 0 key unbound itself again. It likes to do that for some strange reason. So yeah, there we go. So that's test chamber skip, and now we're going to be doing a unsuccessful jump bug. Normally there, we're supposed to be doing something called a jump bug, where if we hit a frame-perfect trick, we can save all of the HP that we would normally lose by falling down that large drop there. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. It's a minor time save. It's not too significant. It saves time in a later chapter if you get it, but we did not get it, so we're probably going to lose 2 to 3 seconds there. So, I am memeing. So, Unforeseen Consequences is the first real chapter of this run. Great. It really highlights an important factor about the movement in this game, where you have to have really nice flow with your movement. Ideally, when you b-hop around, you can do everything very seamlessly and kind of transition from one room to the next in the same b-hop. Unfortunately, we did not do that this Unforeseen, but that's alright. Doing those things can be very difficult, and doing those things consistently and quickly is what happens when you are good at the game. I'm going to be doing a minor object boost here to get down this elevator faster, and we're going to bounce down. And we're going to be doing another object boost to skip a good amount of Unforeseen Consequences, taking us into Office Complex. We're going to be doing a trick called an AI abuse there, where if we make that scientist scared at us, he will open the door for us. A basic rule of note is that pretty much everything in the game that has arms can open doors except for you. So scientists can, security guards can, Fortigants can. So you're pretty much the only weakling in this entire facility who can't do anything. So oftentimes we're going to be doing a lot of tricks to have scientists, security guards, and all the like open doors for us. So now we're going to be b-hopping a bit more through this hallway in order to go up this little hidden pathway here to get the shotgun. And now we're going to be going into the most notorious AI abuse in this game. Probably second, actually, Barney skip. So that's Barney, not actually Barney, but we call him Barney because every security guard is actually Barney. And the goal is to have Barney follow us, which he's doing. And the goal is to also have Barney get scared of these grenades. So we basically get him angry, which will cause him to want to chase us and kill us. I almost died, that's great. And then we throw grenades behind him to scare him. And he will run towards that red door, open it up for us, allowing us to skip a freezer section that would save about a minute. Now we're going to be doing a trick. I messed it up. We're doing another AI abuse. This one is a pretty difficult setup that requires pretty good movement and timing, which we got. So it doesn't look like I did much there, but what I did do was when I duck rolled, which is spamming the duck bind that I have set to scroll wheel in order to duck very quickly, to get into that room to hit a trigger that would normally close the door behind us, but if we hit the trigger while the door is opening, it will not close the door behind us. So now we're going to drop down here, grab the slider to cancel our momentum, and do a grenade boost. So explosive boosting in this game allows us to boost ourselves to pick up speed very quickly. We use explosives for multiple things, whether it be clearing large gaps or getting our b-hop speed up higher or all the like. So really, explosive boosting is one of the main tools we use to do a lot of things in this game. So if you ever see me building up a good amount of HP, you can be pretty certain, I missed some armor, you can be pretty certain that I'm going to be doing a grenade boost with that armor and health. And yes, that trick before skipped all of the We Got Hostless chapter. So, because the ending of the chapter is right next to the beginning, we just get to the ending by doing that AI abuse, and then we can go right to the beginning. Right to the beginning. Or to the end, excuse me. Or to the end, excuse me. So now we're going to be doing a trick called an edge bug, where if you land at the very edge of some sort of platform, you can kind of slide off of the platform. That's because damage instances from fall damage take place over 2 frames, so if you're only on it for 1 frame, then you won't take any damage at all. We do it again there, allowing us to fall down much faster. And now we are going to do a third edge bug, which hopefully we can get the super fast one, because it looks dope as heck. We did. So if you land at the very, very top of that little console there, when you edge bug, you keep all of your speed coming down. So we're able to use that in order to b-hop through that hallway a little bit quicker. And now we're going to do an object boost here. And I have 11 armor, so I need to be pretty careful about doing this grenade boost, but I got it. So normally you want to have about 7 armor there, but because we didn't get damaged by the goo, that was by the second and third edge bug very much, so we had a lot more armor than necessary. But anyway, kind of making our way through Blast Pit. This chapter, intentionally, you're supposed to be going in and out of the big center room where there's like a big three-headed Hydra thingy. You're supposed to be going in and out of that room in order to get to various parts of the Blast Pit, to turn on the electricity and the gas in order to be able to eventually go back in the center room and finally kill him. But because of explosive boosting as well as just B-hopping, we are able to not go into the center room until we absolutely need to. So we're going into that center room now, and we're going to say hello to the big Hydra. I don't actually know his official name. So that's him. He can kill you in one hit, especially because we have like almost no HP here. So hopefully he doesn't do that. It's pretty luck-based whether or not he'll hit you. You can kind of control it, but at the same time not. It's a little eh. But anyway. Now we're going to be healing off of this Scientist. Scientist heal for 25 HP provided you are 50 HP or lower. So because we have nothing better to do at this section, we just get healed by that Scientist before waiting for this sequence to end. So we're now dropping down here. And now we're going to be doing something I call a shark boost, where when you're in water that has a push trigger on it, if you spam duck when you kind of dive out of the water like that, you can get a big boost, which allows us to get through the water a lot quicker. And then we boost out of that water for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but you know. Now we're going to fall down here, and we're going to throw a grenade under these boxes, which will push the contents of all the boxes around that box to this next map here. And by the way, we're skipping all of Power Up also, just kind of by jumping over these blockades, if we could jump over the blockade. There we go. So yeah, we just skipped all of Power Up because why the heck not? And now we're on a rail. So on a rail is one of the more notorious chapters in this run, just mainly because it's pretty hard. It's a lot of B-hopping, but there's a lot of displacements, which are little nooks and crannies in the floor that can eat up all of your speed, and they're not fun to run into, but when you kind of figure out where they are, they're pretty easy to avoid. So we mess up that B-hop sequence because we're bad, and we're going to do another one to get over here, kill that boy, and we're going to do another object boost off of this box here in order to make our way through the start of this chapter, or this sequence, I should say. So now we're just B-hopping our way through, going to take some damage off the electricity on the floor, and make our way over here. Throwing a grenade down here to kill this boy. We're going to grab his gun as well, and I'm going to switch off of it because I don't want to accidentally shoot an SMG nade at myself, which is something I do all too often whenever I'm not holding the shotgun. My game lagged, and I lost a lot of speed because of it. I'm upset. Press F in the chat, thank you. And we're just gonna kind of jump through everything. For some reason that laser didn't blow me up. There's actually no reason it shouldn't have. I'm just really lucky for some dumb reason. And yep, continuing to B-hop. It's pretty much all this chapter is. It's just really easy to lose your speed everywhere. And elevator time. So this is like, you know, a little sequence where you're supposed to, you know, not be, or throw a grenade above you to blow up those boxes, but you can just kind of shoot it with a shotgun. It works pretty fine. And now we're going to B-hop our way more throughout the chapter. We're almost at the end of this long B-hop sequence, so, you know, just B-hopping. And we're going to do another edge bug here, which has a perfect setup that will work every time if you're not bad. Unfortunately, I'm pretty bad, so I mess it up quite a lot. Kill that guy, get the HP right next to him, because we want to have as much HP as possible. And now, this map has a timer based on it, so the timer starts as soon as you hit this button through the wall like that. I shot myself, that's really cool. So, as I was saying, the timer starts when you hit this button through the wall like that. And now we basically just have to wait for a very long rocket sequence to finish. So because we have nothing better to do, we're going to spend this time getting some more health again. So we killed those two dudes with a grenade, and then there's a health station through this wall we can heal through. If it's not clear, we can basically use objects through walls because their use hitbox extends past the wall. And now in order to time this sequence pretty precisely, we're going to use our pistol to time when the sequence ends. So what I do is when the screen turns white, I reload and then shoot a full clip, reload again, and then shoot all of my bullets, the last 3 using the alt fire. And then when I'm done reloading, I immediately close the door behind me, and then this door will be open. If you do that sequence wrong, then that door will be closed and you won't be able to progress. So now we are in apprehension. And this chapter kind of marks the midway point of the run, because it is when you get captured by the military. And just for reference, the whole story going on with this game is when we did Test Chamber Skip, we created a portal into a border world where a bunch of aliens came into our world. And the military came because they need to quell the invasion and kill everyone who's here so that news of the invasion doesn't get out, because it's like a US kind of like Area 51 style site. So the military is all bad guys. You kill a bunch of military dudes in this game, so yeah. And now we're just gonna B-hop. I messed up. Supposed to not land in the water at all here, but I'm a bad gamer. So we're gonna land on top of that sign and just progress forward. Doing an object boost there. We can say hi to G-Man. Shoot him in the face a little bit. He deserves it. And we're going to shoot an SMG nade up here to scare some Vortigons, and shoot another one so that this Vortigon opens this door for us. And as I was saying, everything in this game can open up doors, except you. Even Vortigons, aliens who should not have any security access in this base at all. They have more power than someone who is an MIT graduate. Who knows, man? So now, making our way to the end of this chapter to get captured. It's gonna throw a grenade behind us to slay these boys. Don't get to see it. Anticlimactic. Feels bad, man. We're gonna get the armor that's in this box in order to get captured. Shooting that SMG nade to scare all those Spec Ops people. And now that we're in here, that health station you see there isn't actually fake. If you move to the left a little bit, you can find it, and we're gonna heal up to about 50 HP, which I will explain why later. So, now that we have finished that dumb sequence, we're going to be doing something called garbage skip, where normally you have to drop down here and climb up on these boxes in order to activate the trigger that causes the garbage thingy to start, but you can just kind of turn it on by activating the motor, which is pretty convenient. So we just activate the motor for that and then make our way to grab the crowbar with a pretty frame-perfect jump. Not frame-perfect, precise jump. Progressing our way into residue processing. So, residue processing is a really weird chapter that has a lot of really weird movement. I messed up that trick, unfortunately. So, I'm gonna try Golden Pebble because I'm dumb. This is Golden Pebble. It's just a really hard object boost that, I guess that works. So you shouldn't go for that in actual runs, but I'm a gamer, so I went for it. It's just an object boost that can take you through there, but unfortunately it makes you, because I didn't do it perfectly, it made me not be able to catch a good cycle there to bunny hop through that duct, so unfortunate, but it looked cool anyway, so we're gamers. Anyway, so just kind of swimming, and then we're going to do another one of those shark boosts in this water. If it happens, there we go. And now, for some reason down here, if you hold E, or whatever your use key is on the ground here, you move faster. People don't really know why. I'm sure you could figure it out if you, like, looked in depth at Gold Source Physics, but who even cares? And now we're going to go on these conveyor belts, and hopefully we're going to be able to get a one cycle past all these crushers. So there is 6 crushers in total, 3 horizontal ones and 3 vertical ones. It's normally really hard to one cycle it, but I'm just such a gosh darn gamer that I can do whatever the heck I want, and no one can stop me, except that trip mine. So we're going to be lowering our FPS to 4 here in order to skip those trip mines, because when you lower your FPS to 4, the game kind of doesn't realize that there is a frame, like that you kind of like went through it, because there's not a frame where it was active. So you can just kind of get some free clipping action going on there, which is pretty nice. Now that we're in questionable ethics, we're just going to be bee-hopping our way throughout these hallways for the first part of this chapter. Good old-fashioned bee-hopping. Messed up the bee-hop sequence there. Bee-hopping up hills is actually pretty difficult to do, because basically every frame you're on the ground in this game, friction is applied to your character, and that friction will make you lose some of your speed. However, when you're going up ramps, when you spend frames on the ground, that friction kind of hurts your speed a bit more. So you end up losing a lot more speed when bee-hopping up slopes than when you just bee-hop on the ground normally. So now we're dragging the scientist with us. The scientist is a real dumbo, like dummy face. He gets scared really easily, but we are specifically doing a trick where if we have 50 or less HP, the scientist will be very, very keen on wanting to heal us. And by the way, we're save loading constantly to reset the death animation of those dudes, which dupes their weapon, so we can get a bunch of SMG grenades. But anyway, that scientist, now that we have less than 50 HP, is going to want to heal us. So despite there being very scary things like head crabs here, he's going to just run past them as if they don't exist, where normally if you had 51 or more HP, the scientist would just kind of get too scared and start running away and just start really eating up your time. Scientist really liked me today. He was being a very nice boy, so everyone put a Franker Z in the chat for him. He's a good boy. So now we're making our way to the, in my opinion, hardest chapter of the run, Surface Tension. So, Surface Tension is a long chapter and involves many difficult skips, most of them involving the Gauss rifle, or the Gauss rifle. So, something you probably will notice about the Gauss rifle is that it's really, really broken. So what we're going to be using the Gauss rifle for throughout this run is we're going to be using it to give ourselves really big boosts, either to skip over large gaps, or to give ourselves good bee-hop speed like there. So, something that's important to note about things like grenade boosting and Gauss boosting is what they cost to basically do them. So, explosive boosting naturally costs HP to do, while Gauss boosting costs just ammo. So the only thing really limiting us from being able to use Gauss ammo, I don't know if I'll be able to do pipe to pipe, but I'm going to do it anyway just to show it off. But so the only thing that we kind of lose doing a Gauss boost is Gauss ammo. So we are able to kind of use it to do a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna roll with that. I'm just gonna do the slow strat. That was pipe to pipe, but just ignore that I did that because I kind of can't, because I don't really have very good HP right now. So normally you want to do a strat called pipe to pipe where you boost off the Gauss and then you reflect the Gauss off that pipe in order to self-boost your way into the pipe. But it takes away a lot of HP, and I don't really want to lose all that HP because this map has a very high chance at you taking damage. I didn't there because I'm lucky, but it's very, very likely that you will take some damage there, unfortunately. So I had to skip over doing pipe to pipe and do the slower strat that wastes a few seconds. So now, doing another Gauss boost to get on top of this roof. This pretty much skips this entire map, allowing us to get in here to do a strat called Maxim's Trip Mine Hell. Maxim, being the world record holder for this game, discovered a really ridiculously large amount of strats, including that nice little Gauss boost to get through that Trip Mine Hell sequence. Now we're doing a glitch called Item Box Duplication. If you blow up a box using two different sources, in that case we use the shotgun and an explosive box, the box's contents will basically double. So you'll be able to get... I could have done the faster boost here, but I guess it's good that I saved HP. So you basically will get double the Gauss ammo from that box. And Gauss ammo, being as valuable as it is something you always want to have as much as you can of. So then we're going to blow up this door, and then we're going to be hopefully doing a strat called Maxim IHD. And let's try that again. I'm going to use this gun. So normally you don't want to scare those dudes because it's slow. So we're just going to try to boost off of this ramp on top of the water here. I fricked up. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to boost off of the water, or on top of the water there, and then you do some really cool strat. But unfortunately I'm not doing it, so because I'm bad. You guys should basically like yell at me all the time and not follow me and all that, because I'm a bad gamer. But this is IHD, so you can get stuck on doors in this game, and most doors in this game will damage you, but the doors on this map, for whatever dumb reason, heal you. They have a damage value of -1, so they heal you for 1 HP every frame. So this door is just healing us infinitely, which is pretty fun. So I don't know how many cycles I'm at. I think that was 7. I'm gonna go with like 9, or I'll go with 10. So this basically gets you the amount of HP that you're going to be using throughout the rest of the run. We're going to be doing a strat here called Embo's Door Skip, where everything that has HP, or that you can blow up, has HP in this game. So things that you normally would need to do some sort of weird sequence for, this game is really dumb right now. Something you would normally need to do some like sequence for, like in this case using the airstrike to blow open this door, you can actually just do by damaging the door. So if you fire at a pretty precise location on that door, it'll instantly blow up and you can save a few seconds compared to using the airstrike. So now that we're on Forget About Freeman, this chapter is pretty fast. We start off by doing an object boost off of that chair to make our way to the end of the chapter. And now we're going to be doing some nice fun in the water to boost our way above here, to make our way over here, and do a dope-ass grenade boost like that. Blow up that, and then using this hornet gun we got before, it can like reverse objects for some weird reason. So we kind of just reverse that door's opening sequence by shooting a hornet at it, and it will close right away, saving time. We're going to do it again right here. So we're going to close the door. It's a very good chapter, only lost a second off my gold on that one. And now we're going to be doing another edge bug here to fall down that elevator without losing HP, and then do a self-goss to get up there. And I should be cooking this grenade, so I'm just going to cook this grenade, boost my way over to this elevator. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to be doing another NPC abuse in this map. Something to note about NPC abusing is that you cannot save load on the same map that an NPC abuse takes place. So if you're trying to do a skip like this or Barney skip, if you mess up the trick, you have to go to the previous map or else the NPC abuse will not work at all. So what we do is we kill those 4 grunts quickly and then shoot the scientist through the wall with the Gauss rifle, which will make him scared of us, and then he'll open the door on the other side. I really hope Dank Tank isn't taking over the chat. Hi, Para, by the way. So now what we're doing here, we're doing another... Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Normally you're supposed to... if you save load while charging a Gauss rifle shot, it will shoot at 0 pitch and 0 yaw, which is basically the default angle that the game will look at. So if you're traveling against that angle, so if you're traveling at 180, whatever pitch or yaw, I can't fucking remember because I'm a bad gamer, you can get a really big boost. It's really nice. But anyway, do a nice boost through there, and then a grenade boost to skip the teleporter room. And now we're going to be heading our way into Zen, but not before doing one last NPC abuse in the run. Oh, I need to use a grenade. I don't have any SMG. Hello, thank you. Okay, so normally you're supposed to use an SMG grenade, but I guess I don't have my other one, so I had to use a regular grenade. It's all fine. So now we're using the Hornet gun to delay the trigger that would normally kill us so we can get into the teleport thingy. And now we're Gauss boosting. Oh no, that's not great at all. What the fuck? What? Alright. I'm gonna do this. So, a problem with save loading on this map is that when you load the save, your game will kind of like fade to black again. So you cannot see where you're going, and I don't know how I got to the bottom of the map like that, but I sure did. Never seen that before. There's the if you're doing the drinking game, there's your never happened before. You take a shot. I don't drink. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Wayzone, if you're still here, have you ever seen that before? Anyway, that's Zen. We just activate all those little things, butterflies, whatever. Now we're fighting one of the 2 boss fights in this game that we actually properly fight. It's a mom head crab named the Gonarch, or Gonarch, or Gonarch, however you want to say it. So this fight is, you're just kind of fighting a big old ball sack. And it's a pretty quick and easy fight, but sometimes the AI for the Gonarch gets really fucked up, for lack of a better word. So we have to be pretty careful about how we do damage to the Mrs. Gonarch here, or else she might get pretty upset with us and just kind of start running in place a lot. Wayzone is not a gamer, clearly. So, Mommy Head Crab is following us into this map. We can do a dope surf. Doesn't save any time, but... Now, we're going to... Come on. Let's kind of do more stuff. Damage her a bit more. Not really much exciting going on here. Sometimes this happens where she kind of forgets she took damage, and it works there. No, Gonarch is a mother. The Gonarch is a female. So, similar to the Embo door, we can break the ground here. Normally you have to do a third... What? Where am I sat? Okay, I don't have fucking trip mines. That's awkward. I'm using grenades, yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I don't have satchels. Interesting. Hey, grenades, do your fucking job. The fuck? I actually know it. This is awkward. I don't really know what's up going on there, but yeah, it happened. I might have missed one of the things in the thing. Before we came into Zen, I might have missed one of the armor packet thingies or whatever. Anyway, now we're in Interloper, which is the last movement chapter of the run. We do one of those save load Gauss things there. It's super dope, and make our way through to this map. I only have 2 grenades, which is a little awkward. So I guess I'm gonna have to do some really whack-ass Nihilant strats. So do a grenade boost there, then do a SMG grenade boost to get up here. Use momentum from the grenade boost to take us through that hallway quickly. I'm not gonna use my grenade here, so yeah. So now we start cooking this grenade because we want to use it on this map. And now we use that grenade to boost our way. I didn't do the fast red, that's okay. Into this teleporter. So now that we've gone through that teleporter, we're now going to boost our way over to this room. We don't have the thingy, so I'm just gonna wait 3 seconds and then start shooting my Egon. This is a little awkward of a boss fight, because normally you're supposed to throw a grenade at the beginning, but I didn't have the grenade to throw, because I'm not a gamer. So, right now we're just spinning under the Gonarch in order to have her not, like, see us. So I'm just kind of doing a lot of damage to her, and now I'm gonna grenade boost and shoot her time, by the way. So yeah. This is not speedrun. It's like use cheating. You are use hole and textures, etc. You cross half game over the air. This is not, honestly, I think, in my honest opinion, this is not rightly to go like it and imitating of complete of the game. Thank you. So that was a 32:20 in game time, which is about 2 minutes off my PB. A little bit less, but all things considered, it wasn't a bad run. Thank you for having me. Hope y'all enjoyed this speed run. 33:04 since timer didn't top. That's the real time. The timer you see on screen is the in-game time. So that's really what matters. But anyway, enjoy the next run. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. I appreciate you having me. And I hope you guys find interest in Half-Life or the Source community in general. So GG. Thank you for the opportunity to run.
Piece of work you managed over there. I am impressed.
Off stream.
That's
I don't know if I'm off stream.
Dear Mr. Freeman, I have recommended your services to my employers, and they have offered
I still on stream.
to offer you a job. They agree with
I don't know what to
me
do.
that you have limitless potential.